Hello friends, welcome to my channel Excellent Coaching. Let us discuss the different branches of psychology today. So first of all, take cognitive psychology. What is cognitive psychology? It investigates all the mental processes which are also called cognitive processes like memory, perception, problem solving, decision making. These are all cognitive processes, and the purpose of cognitive psychology is to investigate mental processes which are involved in acquisition of information, storage of information, manipulation of information, and transformation of information. So how we acquire information from the environment, what are the processes involved in that, how we store the information in our memory and how we recall it, then how we manipulate and how what are the changes that goes on inside our information processing system, and how it is transformed later on. So these are the processes which a cognitive psychologist deals with, and usually he uses lab experiments to study about these processes. And it has also it has to the person who is a cognitive psychologist also has to collaborate with neuroscience and computer science to completely understand the functions of mind and to maybe to record the activities of the brain. So this is cognitive psychology. Second comes biological psychology. So, as the name suggests, what is biological psychology? It is mostly related to our biological system. So, the nervous system, immune system, maybe endocrine system, all these things which are studied under the biological psychology, and it focuses on the relation between behavior and physical system. So, actually, what the perspective here is that our biological framework also influence our behavior, not only mental but biological also, and this includes our brain and rest of the nervous system. And we also go about studying spinal cord and the functions of spinal cord and the brain and its structure and how these all related to immune system, all these things. So this is all biological psychology. There is one more thing, there is a branch called neuropsychology, if you have heard. Neuro psychology. So this neuropsychology is a new branch which particularly studies about the working of nervous system and the neurotransmitters which are transmitted through our nervous system, and the functions of neurons and things like that, which are all related to our mental processes. So this also come actually under biological psychology only. Now next is developmental psychology. Developmental, if you can see the name developmental, it is suggesting you what it does. Developmental means how we develop from our conception to our old age and what are the changes that take place. So it studies about the physical changes, social changes, psychological changes, every kind of change, every domain that occurs at different ages and stages of our lifespan. So it starts from the conception and it goes on till the old age. And the lifespan is usually divided into different stages like infancy, then toddler, then childhood, then adolescence, then adulthood, like that. So it goes on studying the changes that are affecting our behavior throughout our lifespan. Then comes social psychology. Social psychology is mostly concerned about our behavior around other people. So, how we think around other people, how we behave, how we get influenced by the presence of other people, how other people affect our social behavior, and how we affect their social behavior. So, it explores how people are affected by their social environment and how people think about others and influence their behavior. Next comes cultural psychology. So, cultural psychology, or you can also call cross cultural psychology, it is mainly concerned with the differences in behavior due to the culture. How the people of one culture behave totally different from the people of other culture. The behavior, the thought process, the emotion, everything that is maybe because of the influence of the culture, how it changes our development, how it affects our development, and how our different culture can influence a person living in a different culture, so cross cultural also. Next comes environmental psychology. Environmental psychology is focused on the environment. It studies the interaction of physical factors on our behavior, and physical factors like the temperature, humidity, pollution, how we behave when we are in lot of presence of lot of stressors in the environment like pollution, how our behavior changes when the temperature changes, how we behave when there is a natural disaster. So these are the things which are on the focus of an environmental psychologist. So currently, like topics like the effect of this pandemic on the behavior of the people, and the maybe the shortage of resources like water on the behavior of the people, these are the topics which are dealt with in environmental psychology. Then comes health psychology. This mostly talks about the illness part. So what are the illnesses that we have, like stress, anxiety, other illnesses, and how to treat them. So the mostly talking about the patient and doctor relationship here, and all the psychological factors involved. Then coming to counseling psychology, which is the most famous branch of psychology. It aims to provide improve everyday functioning of people by helping them solve their problems of daily life, routinely problems, to become a more effective person, to become a more better person, to face challenging situations, to deal with daily life problems. These things are dealt in counseling psychology. This particular field takes a little less serious problems, but it is actually improving our lives through counseling processes, various counseling processes. Then we move on to next one, that is organizational psychology. Organization psychology deals with the workplace where you work and the behavior of people who are working, and it focuses on the behavior of the workers, behavior of the employers and employees, how to train employees, how to improve their working conditions, even how to they also help the companies to select certain employees. They help the companies to improve their productivity by helping the way telling the way to deal with their employees. Now next is educational psychology, which is very important because it primarily helps in developing things which are actually helpful to people who are learning at all stages. So they study how people of all stages learn. They also develop instructional methods and materials for people, for training the people, for educating them, and they're also concerned with research on issues relevant to education, counseling, learning, everything. So a related field with educational psychologists is also school psychology, which is related to educational psychology only. So, school psychology focuses on designing programs that actually is used by program that are used by schools for children and the special needs children, and how to apply psychological knowledge in a school setting to improve the learning of the children. So they both are related. Next is sports psychology. Sports psychology improves the performance of the sports person. It helps to enhance their motivation and to deal with the failure also. It helps to make a sports person more resilient. And then comes clinical psychology, which actually is a very serious field here, because it deals with the causes and treatment of psychological disorders at a very serious level, and disorders like anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and etc. So this clinical psychologist works the psychologist has does not have a medical degree, but he has a degree in psychology. So he cannot actually give medication, but he can the psychologist can treat people with disorders. But if we go on to a much serious or higher level, there is a different person, a profession called psychiatrist. So psychiatrist has a medical degree. So what is the difference in psychologist and a psychiatrist? A psychologist does not have a degree, but psychiatrist has a medical degree with specialized training in treatment of psychological disorders, and psychiatrists can even give medications or treatment like ECT to people. So this is the basic difference. So we have covered the branches of psychology, and we'll further study in the next video. Thanks for watching.